Okay, so chances are if you're watching this, you're probably debating on going and seeing Lightyear. And as someone who just watched the movie yesterday, I want to go ahead and review it for you so you can spend your hard-earned time and money on a worthy cause, which is darn good entertainment. So I will tell you right away that Lightyear, I believe, is worth watching and worth seeing in theaters. And if that's all you need, I beg you to go have a great time at the movie theater. But if you want to know what you're in for, feel free to stick around to the very end of the video. And before you go, I'd be honored if you consider clicking the like button so people just like you are able to find this. I'm going to give you what the movie's about, what I didn't really love about it, what I really enjoyed about it, and then at the end, I'll give you an overall score. And with that, let's jump right in. Lightyear is the story of Buzz Lightyear. He's a space ranger for Star Command who's on a mission with Captain Hawthorne to go ahead and inhabit life on some new planets. Buzz makes a mistake out of hubris and arrogance that maroons him and the entire captain crew and everybody else on this planet. So to make amends, he is going on another mission to do everything he can to get everyone off this planet and get them back home. And that's about it in a nutshell. So let me start off with what I really didn't enjoy about Lightyear. I found the movie overall to be incredibly inconsistent. The first act I really enjoyed, the second act I thought was really boring, and the third act I thought overall finished on a strong note, although not all that strong. Just when I think the movie had a way of winning me over, it just regressed back into these habits that really drew me out of it. They'd have these great moments within the plot that would add a lot of substance to the characters, allow you to get to really introspect into each of them, but then it would crack a joke that just didn't really have a lot of substance, a lot of meaning, and it would really take you out of these great moments, and to me, it just really hit the cadence of the film hard. You never truly get drawn into any of the characters and makes the overall experience a little dissatisfying and underwhelming. Although the plot does have some merit to it, I felt like most of it was just one big infinite distraction. For example, the movie clearly demonstrates that our protagonists are going from point A to accomplish point B. And on their way to point B, an obstacle gets in their way, so it turns into one goal, to another goal, to another side goal, to another side goal. And the movie carries on like that for a while. It just feels like one long drawn out attempt to really capture your attention without doing anything really meaningful, and that just ended up making the movie a little bit boring within the middle parts of it. You really feel like you're sticking around till the very end for the hope that it does pick up. Unfortunately, in the middle of the second act, and I would say probably toward the later part of it, it does pick up. The movie along its plot really fails to draw you in and really get you to be motivated for these characters, and you really don't care about any of them by the time the movie's over. I just couldn't help but feel like the movie just sort of ran out of ideas, so they just kept making distraction after distraction after distraction in order to keep you entertained, and it just didn't really work. And additionally, I thought a lot of the comedy in the movie was pretty not well placed. You get these great moments of character introspection that are quickly interrupted by a really cheap comedic bit that doesn't really pay off by the time that the movie ends, and I thought it was a really inappropriate distraction to what the movie was actually trying to go for, and it really kept itself from being elevated to a whole new experience that was a little bit more pleasant. And in that same regard, I think the trailers for the movie really left little comedy to the imagination, meaning that if you watch the trailers for Lightyear, you will have seen most of the comedy of the movie. The funniest parts in the entire movie, they're all in the trailers. That's all I'll say about it. And lastly, I couldn't buy into the character growth for Buzz or any of the characters that the movie was trying to spin. Or whenever the movie did try to show us that Buzz as a character was in fact growing, it did a horrible job of actually getting you to buy into that. By the end of the movie, Buzz definitely tells us, hey, I feel different now than I did at the beginning, but you really don't quite believe it. I really think it undermined a lot of the great messages that Pixar had within Lightyear as a whole. I could see what they were going for, I could appreciate what they're going for, but the execution of it all was just very lackluster and really made for an underwhelming experience, albeit one worth seeing. Now let me shift over into what I really enjoyed about Lightyear. I thought Socks as a character was one of the best parts of the entire film. Although Socks is inevitably an android cat, he felt almost like the most human of all of them. You truly bought into the fact that he cared for Lightyear and wanted to be his companion at every step of the way. He was really smart, very clever, very witty, and provided a lot of great comic relief in the most appropriate points of the movie, which is something I can say about all the comedy that tried to take place in the film, but you really felt he was an integral piece to this entire puzzle, and without him, the movie would have definitely had a ginormous void. He was indispensable. And additionally, I really enjoyed the messages that Pixar was trying to convey in Lightyear. It begs questions about making mistakes, learning from those mistakes, coping with your mistakes, how it's okay to ask for help. All of them are great positive messages that are clearly drawn in this movie, and I appreciated them for what they were going for. Even if their execution wasn't all that great, the messages were clearly conveyed, they shine through, and you can tell the story that they're trying to spin. They didn't make it a secret, they didn't make it a mystery, even if it was a little too obvious at times. But having said that, when it did land, it made for the best parts of the movie, and it really kept you interested and engaged, when otherwise you might have been tempted to walk out and check out. And finally, I really thought the pacing of the movie was pretty good. This movie clocks in at exactly 1 hour 45 minutes, and that's exactly how long the movie feels. feels. It doesn't feel any shorter, it doesn't feel any longer, and it really does keep you from being totally bored. Like, there's never one point within this runtime where I thought to myself, oh my god, can we speed things up a little bit? I think it always kept you engaged, at least minimally in some way. Even if not the execution of every scene was stellar, it still kept you from just being tired, bored, and not wanting to watch it anymore. So friends, if I had to give Lightyear a score, I'm going to say it's a 6 out of 10. It's an okay time. Although it doesn't do a lot of things great, it doesn't do a lot of things poorly either. And it makes for a pretty decent time. Parents, you'll enjoy it. Your kids will absolutely love it. So go enjoy with them at the theaters. And friends, that'll do it for this review. Once again, thank you so much for watching. If you found this video valuable or helpful, I'd be honored if you consider clicking the like button so people just like you are able to find it. Or if you like videos just like these, feel free to click these end cards or the links down in the description below for your viewing pleasure. Once again, this has been the Bankrupt Hippo YouTube channel. I've been Bryce, and until next time, have a great day.